ABC11 presents Heart of Carolina Perspectives.
Hello, I'm Anthony Wilson. Welcome to Heart of Carolina Perspectives, where we take a closer look at issues affecting our lives. Polluted air, the kind that hovers over traffic jams, is especially tough on asthmatics. Now there's research underway here in the Triangle that could help them breathe easier. That's coming up later. Right now, though, a look at a fundraiser for cancer research that's just a couple of weeks away. Organizers call it a boot camp to beat cancer. Lots of enthusiastic people of all ages and athletic abilities pushed themselves to the limit last year during their third boot camp fundraiser. They worked out under a broiling sun to help others fighting to survive cancer.
3, 4, kick it back.
What in the world's motivating these people as they work out under a broiling sun?
It's very hot. It's hot, but we'll have a good time.
Cynthia Klott and Vicki Detweiler are two of the 200 people who paid to exercise this way when they enrolled in the boot camp to beat cancer. It's part of the National Students of Ailing Mothers and Fathers Network, organized here at the Ravenscroft School by this man. 3 years ago, while David Feigenbaum studied at Georgetown, a brain tumor killed his mother.
A number of the people here actually knew my mom, and I can tell you that anyone who ever had a chance to meet her, I can promise you would want to come out in her memory because she was such a wonderful person.
David, her son that's doing this today, is unbelievable young man. He really is. He's such a good student, and we're just here to support their family and David.
And they're out here on one of the hottest days of the summer. Unlike me, they are dressed for the occasion, but they don't mind sweating for a very good cause.
We're raising money first for the Tisch Brain Tumor Center at Duke, which is going to raise money for cancer research. We're National Students of AMF. We're a support network for college students that have lost loved ones. We're raising money for both causes today.
The hard way, but no one's complaining here after getting their marching orders from David.
Well, we haven't all been diagnosed with cancer. We've all been affected by it, and it's not something that these cancer survivors are doing on their own. We're all going to do it together. So
their goal, raise $40,000 for cancer research this weekend in the name of a special woman
It's a family friend.
Whose son will study oncology while he keeps pushing to raise money for cancer research. And stick around for a conversation with the man who created the Boot Camp Cancer fundraiser, what motivates him and how you can get involved after this break. Welcome back to Heart of Carolina Perspectives. The group called National Students of Ailing Mothers and Fathers, or AMF, supports grieving college students across the country. And because 35 to 48% of college students have a relative who dies during their college careers, AMF workers stay busy. AMF's founder and executive director, David Feigenbaum, is here along with Kirsten Sapuriak. She is a leader of the UNC Chapel Hill AMF chapter, and Caitlin Prezenica works with the AMF chapter at Meredith College. Thank you all for being with us today.
Thank you.
You've had a very busy year since we saw you on that hot day last time.
Yes, I did my master's at Oxford University and just finished that and got back about 2 weeks ago. So now we're busy working on the Boot Camp to Beat Cancer this year and also on our big AMF fundraiser.
Now, we called that one last year. It was the first one for me, but it was the third for you.
Yes.
How about the first one? When did that start?
So that started in January of 2005, and my mom passed away October of 2004, so it was just about 2 months afterwards, and my sisters and I were just sitting around and thinking, what can we do to honor my mom and to raise some money, and just came up with this idea for a boot camp. And the first year we had about 50 participants, and it's doubled every year, so 200 last year, and we're hoping for 400 this year.
Okay, and some of those will be coming from UNC, I understand.
Yep.
And they tend to get a little active over at UNC about a variety of things. How did you get people to get fired up about this?
Well, we're actually trying to regenerate kind of our chapter and we teamed up with the Meredith chapter last year for the second half, and we're just getting excited. Like, it's the first week of school and there's so much stuff going on, so I plan on dragging all my friends out there, whether they want to or not, and we're going to go support the cause. So.
All right, well, again, we know the people at Meredith
Yes.
often get very excited about good causes like this. What's happening over there with getting people signed up?
Well, we are officially a chapter over at Meredith, and everyone's just so excited to get involved and go to different service events and really help out and give back to the community.
What kind of service events are you talking about?
Well, we went to one last year, which was called the Hearts on Franklin, and it was a 5K, and everyone just ran around and just had a lot of fun.
Hope it wasn't as hot then as it was the day we got
No, it was actually really cold that day.
All right. Well, it is called National Students of AMF. What about these chapters across the country?
So we've started chapters at Meredith and UNC along with about 20 other schools, and those are just students who've come to us. A lot of them have actually experienced the loss of a loved one. So we right now we know the statistics are about 35 to 48% of college students have lost a loved one within the last 2 years. And so that doesn't mean that all college students are walking around grieving, but that does mean that there is a very large percentage of college students that need grief support. And then there's also a large number of people who just understand this is an important cause, like Kaylin, and decide to start a chapter on their campus. And it's a huge population that's in serious need of support. And so because of that need, we've started all these chapters all over the country. We have a chapter at Oregon and Washington State and Cal Berkeley. We're all over the country, which is so great because, as you know, grief is universal. It's something that we all go through, and we're all affected by loss in a different way. And this is by being able to start chapters, it's such a great way to reach out to college students and provide support.
No, it's not just the story that we did about your organization, it's getting the word out. I understand you've gotten some attention from a couple of national publications.
Yeah, we were in Reader's Digest recently, and also on the Today Show on NBC, and more recently with the boot camp we're doing a story with People magazine. So we'll continue to get great exposure, which does a lot for our cause. Particularly, we're reaching college students, obviously helping to spread the word, but also letting more people know about how they can get involved in our cause.
It sounds like with that kind of reach, you could possibly have chapters in all 50 states. Is that your goal?
That's the goal. We really would like to have a chapter on every campus. We would like to have 2,000 chapters. Or even at the same time, we would really love to actually make an impact on college campuses so chapters are no longer needed. We'd like to provide support and get people talking about grief and loss enough to where we no longer need our chapters, and Students of AMF is no longer needed because there's enough discussion on campus and there's enough support provided by peers.
Well, that said, the people who are organizing elsewhere are going to look at you guys because you're local. Any plans, any partnerships that are coming up to help you tell the story?
Well, we're actually breaking away from each other. We're going to start our own chapters, and I mean, we'll keep in touch and everything. And Kristen actually came to our support group meetings, which are peer-led, and we just sit there and openly talk about what's going on together, and then hopefully people leave feeling better than when they came in.
Have either of you known anybody on campus who has actually had a loss of a loved one during their academic career?
My mom passed away when I was in high school.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But when I got to Carolina, it's not something people talk about. A lot of my friends didn't really know. And then when I do tell them, like, oh, my friend's mom just died of cancer, my friend's dad is dealing with cancer. And so since being at, it's a large university, but you meet so many people, and that's been really cool. And I'm like, oh, well, you should come to our meetings, and spread the word, and I tell them, tell their friends, and we're hoping to really grow this year and get stronger, but we still want to do some stuff with the Meredith girls. So.
All right. And you got a partnership, the organization has a partnership with some local boutiques?
Yes, Gina Chandler and Charlotte's, 2 local boutiques in Raleigh, are doing T-shirts, which Caitlin's wearing one of them. It says Charlotte's and Gina Chandler love AMF.
Perhaps we can see a little better if I hold it up.
It's just a great opportunity for both Charlotte's and Gina Chandler to sell these shirts for $12 each, and then also receive 15% off their purchase. And Gina is actually my sister, so Gina Fagenbaum Combs is my sister, and she owns Gina Chandler. And Charlotte's was best friends with my mom. So again, Charlotte really wants to do something to help with our cause. So she's raising money for cancer research and for our own support of college students coping with illness.
What's the donation you're looking for this?
So
I mean, how much?
They give all the proceeds